They lost in New York and some... Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this is bad. This is bad. We are almost certainly dead. Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be looking at Agincourt, which is the ship notorious for its vast array of secondary batteries. This is unusual for British battleships and has now had a buff due to the latest iteration of commander skill changes. Today's video we are going to be testing those out. Now, starting off with my build on screen, I am testing a few variations whilst these free resets are around, and I'm currently running a secondary and brawl build with my 16-point commander. That is going to be Gunfeeder, Grease the Gears, which is good for both brawling and playing in general, Vigilance to make the ship more survivable from torpedoes, plus you can take advantage of the tight turning circle, long range secondaries and manual aiming for secondaries for obvious reasons because I'm running a secondary build, and then we've gone for close quarters combat for a reduced main battery reload when fighting at proximity, which again is going to be helpful when brawling. Now, in terms of upgrades, there are only 3 slots. Slots 1 and 3 increase the survivability and performance of the secondaries, and slot 2 helps to keep the ship alive for a little longer. Now, alongside the total lack of anti-air that this ship has, because of how slow it is, some games you simply don't get the opportunity to use the secondaries, so I'll skip ahead either to later in this game or to another game when we actually get into a secondary engagement. Okay, you know what? I think this game we have gotten pretty lucky here because we now have 2 ships coming into our secondary battery range. The first being the Hwange and the second being the Graf Spee, so this is going to be definitely quite interesting to see how well they perform now. So I did do a test game as well in one of the training rooms, and I sort of parked at 8.3 kilometers away from my target just to keep at the maximum range, and you definitely can tell the difference when you do get into that full dispersion reduction. Okay, we do have a Cavor here, so hopefully if we can get into an engagement where we'll be effectively just continuously firing our secondaries at them, then we could have a really good game here. Now, the first thing I really wanted to engage was actually that Gneisenau, because this is before this update dropped. I was enjoying how well this played in terms of going against higher tier ships such as Gneisenau, where you could get into some really fun brawls actually, and your secondaries would absolutely tear through them. So I'm hoping I can get close to these, but I don't think I'm really going to get a chance to. And now it does appear that these secondaries are firing on the Queen Elizabeth, which is fine, as we'll try and keep them nice and close as well as they go around the island. Now the Cavor is, yeah, they've got a quad fire, and this Gneisenau is also not looking too good. Oh, there we go, okay, destroyed. And now we'll focus our fire on this Queen Elizabeth. So at the moment, the initial shots, we are still at a decent range. We're getting a couple in, and the thing is as well, is the firing angles, some of these won't actually be firing here, so you can see all these on this side aren't going as well, so we're not really attacking it to full effect. But even so, we are getting a nice number of hits so far, and you can certainly see the accuracy is definitely increasing, which is looking quite good. So there we go, yeah, already 14 as well as the HE shells too. And I think I can afford to start turning out this way and get a few more shots off. Now they're already on fire quite a bit as well, and you can see how these are starting to tally up as well, and definitely feels like there is a pretty decent improvement here. Now next up we do also have a Leon over here, and this is quite a, I guess, steamroll of the game because we've basically won this already. Now I'm going to try and get another shot off here, maybe get a second kill on the guys now, and okay, Queen Elizabeth is still going for us, which is good. Ooh, okay, we left them on 1000 HP. I was hoping that would kill them before I turn them, but that's okay, because as long as no one else is firing, we should be able to get some more shots off now just to confirm this kill. The problem is with the main batteries is they are relatively inconsistent, but because you've got so many, that's really what you're... Oh, hello, come on. That's what you're mainly relying on, is more the fact you've got so many, and that was game, okay. I'm going to be honest, that was way too fast to see what was going on, so we're going to hop in another game and then see what we can do there as well. Okay, it looks like we could have the possibility of getting another good engagement here, as I'm playing a little bit risky with where I am and my positioning, considering how many... Oh, I was not anticipating that being there. Okay, so you can currently see there's a Pitorviliki and an I don't really know how you pronounce that. But as you can currently see, we are going for a very close range engagement, and I'm going to try and get this Pitorviliki to kite. Now they are aiming at us, and we're going to try and lure them in by running away, and hopefully just keep it so it's just me and the Piotr actually fighting here. So I'm going to turn away. Ooh, okay, that's fine, that's fine. We got overpenned, that's it. And now we're going to slow down, and then we're going to just try and keep these secondaries firing until we get the 45-second firing bonus and see how effective that is. Now we're currently in a tier 7 game again, so we are bottom tier, and this is the thing I love about the ship is even though you get bottom tiered, this thing is absolutely amazing at handling itself. The only thing is when you do get a carrier on your enemy team, well, if you just get in a general carrier game and they realise, oh, there's an Agincourt there, a lot of the time they will not let up because you're effectively, ooh, hello, 3 damage. Okay, we've also garnered the attention of the Gneiss now, which we're going to have to take into consideration here. So we're going to have to continue trying to angle against this guy and the Piotr. Now, the thing is, the Gneiss now is nearly dead, so I think we should be safe on that front. But so far, you can currently see we are now getting an absolute monumental number of secondary hits here. And this is just a very small section of my ship firing here. Which, okay, it's not good that this Gneiss now is also coming into this fight because they are causing a bit of an issue. But if I start angling a bit more, then we should be pretty good. Now, once this Veliki fires again, I am going to try and go a bit more side on getting more hits, but already as it is, this is absolutely perfect, and we are absolutely shredding this Peter Veliki. The amount of damage we're getting here. Okay, well, they are doing the same to us, but that was with the help of the enemy Gneiss now, and we have just got them on another fire. Now, they are out of our range, but that single engagement there did manage to get us 103 secondary hits, which is quite frankly amazing. So okay, I've got to say that was a pretty good opening shot there, although we're nowhere in the range of secondaries. I'm certainly quite happy with that first achievement. Nice one. Okay, and then oh, kamikaze, nice. They are going to be our next target here. That's actually quite perfect. They are in our secondary range, but considering we're going to be getting such bad dispersion here, I don't think we're going to get many or any secondary hits. Okay, we got a single secondary hit, and we're going to try and go for a Congo. Now, high explosive now, since we're probably not going to be getting too many, ooh, hello, too many actual penetrations. Okay, I take that back. At this range, we actually got through some armor and didn't overpen, so that's quite good, and we didn't bounce. So 36,000 straight off the bat, and I guess we'll just keep on kiting. Now, what I'm going to try and do is use this island to disengage here, because now the kamikaze isn't spotting us, and this may hurt. Yep. I was hoping those would miss, but we're going to try and disengage here and wait for them to get a bit closer, and then we can start kiting once they are quite close. I mean, the Furutaka is coming out, and plus I think these battleships are going to be a little bit more preoccupied by the Königsberg and Omaha that are currently in the centre of this bottleneck, and probably the kamikaze is doing something as well. But here we go. So as soon as we're safe, we are gonna, yeah, I'll go for this Congo here, and then hopefully set a fire just so we can make them use their damage control party, and we'll also pop this quick heal. Alright, nice. So that's a single fire, and if they leave it running, then that just means we also have a nice amount of damage constantly generating, and if they put it out, then we can hopefully get a perm fire or two and then get even more off them. Now, they are turning away because looks like the Minakaze is also dropped some over here, and yeah, they are continuing to burn there, so we're already at 42k and should be able to get another shot over maybe. Oh no, okay, they've just reset it, so that's completely fine. Okay, well, quite a few ships died there, so they lost the New York and some... Oh no! Oh no! Oh, this is bad. This is bad. We are almost certainly dead unless they have already fired off their torpedoes, which I doubt. We're going to try and... Okay. Alright, I'll take that. And we do also have a Hawkins that's just come in. That was what I was originally intending to shoot at before we just got rushed by the kamikaze. That was something. Okay, we're gonna try and get forward now and get this Hawkins, because they are well within our secondary range now, and I want to see how much damage that we can really do to this lightly armoured cruiser. Now, they are coming in really close here as well, possibly torpedoes, but I think they aren't going to be surviving this engagement. So we'll get a nice opening shot off. There we go, nice 6,000 damage, and now we'll see what these secondaries have got to offer. Close range secondary brawling, this is perfect. I'm not actually going to fire my main batteries anymore because I just want to see how much damage the secondaries can do, and the more we fire, the more accurate they get, and already we're at 20, which is certainly a really good number, and yeah, there we go. They are healing this to somewhat try and combat it, but yeah, it's not really working here. You can currently see the crazy number this is going to already. At this point, I think I'm just going to stay here, because they probably already launched torpedoes, and if they haven't, then that's fine, because we've nearly won anyway, but yeah, here we go. I think the secondaries are definitely a lot better than they were, because this is absolutely insane. Look at this. 2, 5, 60 hits. Nothing much they can really do here, and hopefully a close quarters expert, and that is it. Wow. Also nice, 69 hits, nice. I've got to say, speccing for a full secondary build on Agincourt, this is definitely an enjoyable experience, and considering I was already doing this before anyway, before this update really came and made these secondaries better than what they were, this is really good. So I'm certainly going to be playing this more, and this has been more of an average recently as well, which is definitely helps to the secondaries, and we've been getting quite a few hits recently too, so definitely really good. I don't think we're going to get to the Congo, so I'll just go to the end result screen. And that right there is a game. A very nice game at that as well. 70,000 damage, 3 kills, 4 citadels, and 76 secondary battery hits, which really is what we were doing this video for, is to see how the secondaries perform. Now, what I'm thinking these secondaries are, or at least my impressions of how these secondaries are performing after this skill change, is there is a certain improvement. It's definitely improved in quite a few ways, in the sense of you're now just hitting a lot more shots. There are a few bad points, I guess, but with how good the dispersion is now, once you do get that full dispersion reduction, that does really outweigh those points. Now, what I mean by it's got some bad points, it's mainly the fact of when you've got ships coming into the extent of your secondary battery range. So let's say someone comes into, say, 8 kilometers of you, you fire at them for a little bit, and only after a while, by the time they've gotten out of that range, your secondaries will have got to a point where, okay, they can reliably hit that target, which isn't a problem that we had before, because you'd manually select someone, the secondaries would fire for a bit, you'd get a decent number of hits, maybe a fire or incapacitation, and that would be it. But now it's more, you get them in, and then you have to try and keep them in there as long as possible, because otherwise they come in, they leave straight away again, you don't get enough time to build up that reduction of dispersion, and then you don't get as many hits. But when it comes to keeping someone in that range, so let's say you're kiting someone, you're keeping someone in your secondary range, life is good, because you're getting that maximum dispersion reduction, and you are going to be getting loads of hits. And the same way is, let's say you're chasing someone, chasing someone in an Agincourt, that is the definition of a tortoise chasing a hare because of how slow Agincourt is. But let's say you find a fellow tortoise, another battleship, and you're chasing them, then you'll have the same thing. But yeah, in terms of brawling, let's say you are mainly, well, that is basically what this ship's for. It is close range brawling because of how many guns it's got. But when you are in those situations, it is a definite improvement because of how much you are going to be hitting. And I definitely do think it is an improvement, and it is making this ship a lot more fun, because scores like this have been a bit more regular for me, and overall I'm just really enjoying it with this secondary buff. Now, in terms of the team score here, top of the team, which is quite good. I mean, tier 5 games entirely, you don't see those as often as some of the other games that you saw before. Those were up tiers, but this game was an all tier 5, and that's why I'm quite surprised we managed to get 70k there. But apart from that, that really is it. So we look at the damage that the secondaries did, which was 10,000 damage. Arguably, it's not too much, but keep in mind, we did only hit 76 of those, and that was mainly on that Hawkins there, which, well, it will say here, so secondary batteries, 7,500 of the damage there, which, for that short amount of time, they were in our range. I'd definitely say is quite good, and plus, we got fires on them as well, which I believe that was from the secondaries, so there is that sort of secondary aspect to secondaries, if that makes sense, because you've also got the fires that are being set, so you're also getting the damage from that, which definitely proves the point. is how good the secondaries can be on Agincourt, but apart from that, that really is it. So if you did enjoy this video and you wanted to see some more of Agincourt, I have also made a review. You can find that by clicking the icon on the screen at the moment, but apart from that, I hope you've enjoyed and I hope you have a great rest of your day. So I'll see you in the next one.